Hey guys, hope everyone's doing good. I got a little bit done in the car. I got the subframe bolted in. I've got it all squared up with the chassis. And I've just been working on trying to get the engine where I want it. I do have a stock firewall in my car, so I really don't have a ton of options as far as moving the engine around. At this point in time, I don't really want to cut the firewall out of the car. I am going to try to move the engine back basically as far as I can and still be able to get the transmission in and out of the car. So moving the engine back is not only going to help the weight bias. My car sits, I think, at about 51% on the nose without any weight in the back. But moving it back is going to help also with how it transfers weight. So it should transfer weight a little bit easier. And if it's transferring weight easier, then maybe I can pull a little bit of weight out of the back for the backside stuff. But like I say, I want to try and just move it back as far as I can. And kind of the cool thing about the about putting a big block with the Smith Racecraft front end is they build one mounting location for their motor plate. And if you're running a small block, it would bolt right onto there. And if you're running a big block, you'd run the spacer just to make up the difference in the blocks. So that's pretty cool. So what I've done is basically that's the width of the spacer you run. And I have basically moved the engine back 1/2 inch from the original location. So basically it's shifted back 1/2 inch right now. If you can kind of see that, that's how much space I've got between the bell housing and the firewall. It's hard to tell, but it's about, it kind of bumps out right here. But at the actual firewall, like down in this area, there's probably 1/2 inch to 3/8, which basically just gives you enough room to get the transmission over top of the dowels in the block. And then at the back here, all that I've done right at this point is I've just switched the mid plate from the front side of the mid plate mount to the back side. And I got a little spacer in there. But what I'm going to end up doing is basically I'm going to extend this pad to the back side so that it still has something flat to sit on. It's going to be easy. I'm just going to extend a little, just make a little plate here and extend it back to the back. Like 1/2 inch or so. So I got a little bit of room for sliding stuff in and out. So I've had the engine sitting in there and I've had the transmission in and out a couple times, just test fitting it. Just 1/2 inch works pretty good. I think I can probably sneak definitely another 1/8, maybe another 1/4. I might try it, but really I'm just kind of mocking it up right now to see, just to make sure everything was going to work. And I mean, alternatively, you could cut all these mounts off and you could put this wherever you want as far as forward or backwards goes. And you could buy new motor plate, new mid plate, and you can modify them to raise the engine up or lower it more. But in this situation, it actually works out really well. For this situation, what I got going on, I think that this is going to help the car. It's going to move it back a little bit. The only real downfalls are I'm probably have to shorten up the drive shaft a little bit, which I got no problem doing. I built the drive shaft in the car, so I got no problem shortening it. All my hot side header stuff, it's all getting changed anyway, so that's not a big deal. The only other issue was my throttle linkage. It's kind of hitting the firewall right there, and it kind of goes right up against the oil pressure sensor. So I may need to remake that arm. But I think even if I was just to shorten this up a little bit, I'm out of threads right now. I tried it, but if I can just shorten that up a little bit, I think she'll be good. And then other than that, I think moving it back that little bit is really only going to help my situation. I mean, yeah, if you move this thing back a few inches, it's probably going to help too. But I mean, it's all about finding a good balance for the car. You move it back too far and now you got wheelie problems and you're trying to add weight to the front. So I'm really just trying to find a good balance, get everything to work well. And I think that should do it. And because of my firewall, again, I'm pretty limited to what I can do. But that's just a personal choice, what I'm deciding to do. It's all about building your own car and making it as best you can and getting maybe a little bit edge over someone with the same combo. So I think moving it back is going to help. Definitely not going to hurt it. And that's what we're going to run with. And at this point, I got tubing now. I can start doing my outriggers and strut bars and hopefully just keep moving forward with it. So today I'm probably going to try and get the engine out, get the transmission out, maybe start picking away at those pads for the mid plate. and just try to make a little bit of progress. Not going to get much done over the next few days, obviously, but today I got a couple hours and I plan on using them. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Throw a comment up there if you got it, and have a good day, guys. Merry Christmas.